Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Cody and Marcel back here with another Halloween movie review. We skipped Halloween 3 Season of the Witch just because does not have Michael Myers in it, so just no point in reviewing it. But if you guys like to see us do a review on that, we can do it, on our own time.
We'll probably do it after this series because more than likely this has come to you ahead of time. So we're saying this probably 2 weeks in advance. So by the time this video is released, it's like we've already got the videos out. So,
right.
And we already have them set scheduled date. So
right. So we're gonna go to Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers.
Return of the Michael Halloween Satan Myers.
Satan.
Satan.
Pretty much. He's an incarnation of Satan. So this takes place 10 years after the events of Halloween 1 and 2. So it's 1988. Laurie Strode was quote-unquote killed in a car accident. And she had a daughter by the name of Jamie. Jamie was adopted, much like Laurie was. And she is living with the Carruthers family. So we got Jamie and her foster sister Rachel, who is an important character for this movie. And then there's Michael Myers, who has been in a coma for 10 years. And then Dr. Loomis is still around, but definitely not the same man he was 10 years prior.
He looks beautiful.
Got his fucking burnt up face and his hands.
He was like half cooked, might as well throw his ass back in the deep fryer. You gotta finish that shit. You can't just let it be half done. So you get sick. Food poisoning.
So then Michael awakens out of his coma after he hears that he has a niece. So yeah, shit hits the fan. Michael kills paramedics, fucking breaks out, returns to Haddonfield in search of his niece. Here's the thing about Halloween 4. It was a decent return to the franchise. I think, other people have stated that. I know Dave McCrae, who when he talked about Halloween 4, it was a decent return to the franchise. It wasn't. I think Halloween 4, it's not a great movie, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. But yeah, Michael is more deadlier in this movie for sure. But I just the mask I have a huge problem with, and I think he's more robotic in his movements, which I don't know. It just kind of I'm not saying that it was a terrible portrayal of Myers, but I just did not care for the robotic movement, the mask. It just didn't sit well for me. But Marcel, what did you think about how they opened this one up, the opening sequence of the movie?
Opening sequence, I would say it was good. It had more of a Halloween vibe to it because I guess just in 1978 they didn't really put too much decorations out when they were opening it. And the typical jack-o'-lantern, the pumpkin carved. But I mean, in this one they actually added decorations, a hanging ghost, kind of decoration type thing. Still with the pumpkins, but it's it's more festival, I want to say, for Halloween. Has more of that Halloween vibe to it, like trick-or-treating, dressing up, ghosts, goblins, and ghouls. But I would say it kind of gave a more of a touch to that than the first one, but it still had that kind of first one vibe, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It was definitely more Halloween-esque, more festive, like Marcel said. But, so, what did you make of the whole story dynamic with him having a niece this time around and Laurie not being around?
Story dynamic? I mean, to me it feels like it was kind of based on the first one. It kind of felt like, but it's, at the same time, it was like, instead of her being a teenager, it was a little girl.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I view it.
So like I said, Dr. Loomis makes his return, and definitely a change in character for him. You know, Loomis is more unhinged. He's fucking nuts by this point. You know?
He's gonna shoot first, ask question later.
Right.
The ending kind of gave that away.
Yeah. So what did you make of his performance in this movie?
Dr. Loomis?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it was. I would say for him to be from after going from being in the fire to now, I would say his performance is better because even though he's a crippled old man, half burnt alive, he can still move like he was in the first one. And him quite frankly, he just has that I don't give a fuck feeling, and I'm here to do one job. Get out of my way. I will kill you.
So, what did you make of Michael Myers in this movie?
Michael Myers, I want to say, more brutal, just from some of the killings, and clever. Like the first one, it was like he was in the right place at the right time, but in this one, it was like he got shit set up way before even getting into town. I would say, because it was like. He already knew that Loomis was on his ass. Magically cut the power cord so nobody could like call people around, having to make Loomis actually walk into the sheriff's station and tell them like, hey, lock down the city, tell everybody to get home inside. It's like, you know how long it takes for them to do that? Give or take a few hours. And it's like he could already be like set up in the house waiting for him, and it's boom. Sort of movie could end right there, but you know, it kind of didn't. That's how I want to say or put it.
Okay, and so what would you say would be the most your favorite kill in the movie?
The one in the ambulance.
Oh,
Fucking, he was bashing the dude's head and then takes his thumb and jabs it right into his forehead. You know how strong you gotta be just to like take your thumb and shove it through somebody's skull? Like, you gotta put a lot of pressure for that. And since he was in a coma for 10 years, just like, from what I've learned from myself physically, is that when you don't work out after 3 months, you start to lose muscle mass. And you begin to lose muscle mass the longer you don't work out. And, you know, you'll keep some muscle there, what muscle you do use. Like, let's say every day I lift a 50-pound box. Well, I'll gain a little muscle from lifting that 50-pound box. But at some point, I'll begin to I'll be on the climb, but at some point I'll hit that, I want to say, plane, where it levels off, and I don't gain any muscle. I gain enough muscle to where lifting up that 50-pound box is like nothing. It's like an everyday movement. And for Michael, though, to go from being in a 10-year coma, where he probably has no muscle at all, he's just skin and bone.
So yes, that was definitely a brutal kill right off the bat. You know, fucking thumb to the forehead. But my favorite kill would have to be like towards the end with Earl, like where he busts through that car window, that truck window, and tears at his fucking neck.
That was,
God.
oh my, when
Wow.
I saw that, I was like, oh, goddamn.
Yeah, like that just told you right there. Like,
He's not fucking around.
No.
He wants to kill that little girl.
yes, yeah, flat out.
But I want to say, like, at the end, it's like she was so traumatized that she became Michael.
Yeah, well, there's an explanation for that in 5, which we'll get into in the next review. But so yeah, let's talk about the end. You know, so Michael is on the truck. He gets run over by Rachel. She runs him over, and then the troopers show up.
The pooper troopers.
What? The state troopers.
State dicks.
And they shoot up Michael. He gets shot with high-powered weapons, shotguns, handgun, and then he falls down a mine shaft. And then, so Rachel and Jamie return.
So that's when he fell down. I thought he fell down into a grave.
Mine shaft.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So Jamie and Rachel return safely, and then Jamie's foster mother is starting a hot bath, and then Jamie puts on, or still has the clown costume on, grabs a pair of scissors and stabs her foster mother, and then Dr. Loomis, he sees Jamie with a bloody pair of scissors, and he goes fucking crazy.
No! Pulls out his fucking 1911 and points it at her. Good thing the sheriff was there to stop it, or that little girl would have got a bullet to the head. Let's just say.
Yeah, he's just like losing his shit.
No!
Yeah, because he's going through the same shit again, you know?
And he's like, I'm retired. Like, at that point, I'd be like, I'm retiring. Fuck this shit. I'm not gonna get involved. You know what? I'm gonna move somewhere nice, peaceful, go fishing, fucking relax, tell people to fuck off. That'd be me.
So, what did you make of the side characters like Brady and Sheriff Meeker and Sheriff Meeker's daughter?
First off,
Hot.
she was hot. And she was around my age. I gave that booty a call. But you know, she's probably like, what, in her 40s, 50s now?
40. Somewhere around there.
Anywho.
Not that old, though.
Side characters, I would say Brady was a man whore. Kind of sounds like my dad. I'm not even kidding. You know how many siblings I have? But I mean, like, my dad's a changed man. I don't really want to get too much into the story, but like, I'll see some of his shit on Facebook, and I'll see that he spends time with his kids, even his stepkids. He spends time with them. It's like they're not even his kids, but you know, you kind of made that bond with them, and you kind of get rid of it. So, but with Brady, he was a man whore because I guess not Jamie, but Rachel had turned him down for the night because she was taking Jamie out to trick or treat. And so, you know, he goes over to the hoe's house, the sheriff's daughter's house, you know, trying to get lucky. I'm up all night to get lucky. Not me tonight. But anyways, he was a hoe. The sheriff, I think the sheriff in this one was more cooperative, like right from the beginning than the first one.
Yeah, because he knew what the fuck was up.
Yeah, I guess the sheriff before him, like before retiring, was like, oh, if Loomis ever comes back, just be ready for a Michael incident. And I guess that's kind of what happened, because the sheriff was already like, call the blah blah blah, the state pooper troopers.
What?
That's just something I'm saying right now. But I guess the sheriff was already like, call the state pooper troopers, get them down here right away. We have a Michael incident again.
Yeah, like Meeker wasn't fucking around. He's like, all right, yeah, we ain't gonna have a repeat of 10 years ago. Like, we're fucking on this shit. And what happens? A repeat of 10 years ago.
Or even that one dude in the beginning who was like, it's Michael. We're hoping that we can transfer him and Loomis would retire, move on with him, or die. Like, come on, you fucking assholes. Why are you all like that? In the first one, they were like that. With whatever doctor it was, they were like, well, they're transferring Michael, so we're hoping that Loomis transfers with him, and if not, we hope he retires or dies. Like, motherfuckers. Y'all was just trying to get him put into that hospital, aren't you? He's a doctor. He'll play his ass to get out of there.
So, so like I said, you know, Halloween 4, it's pretty good. You know, it's a decent return to the franchise. So with that in mind, with a rating out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? Mm-hmm. I think we can agree with you there. Give it a 7 too. I mean, I'm giving it a 7 because I feel like it's a little bit better than number 2, but not as good as number 1.
Yes, yeah. Because none of these fucking movies compete with number 1.
None of them can compete with number 1. Well, you're gonna see me pull like a 10 out of 10 out of my ass here soon because I'm gonna be like, oh, what up, guys? The joke is shit.
If you give 5 out of 10 out of 10, I might pull Michael on you.
You're Michael. Bad Ohio. Cody Springer is on the loose.
I just put the mask on.
They'll put the mask on. The newscast will be like, Suburban Man plays as Michael Myers.
Yeah.
October 31st, 2018. And like every year he'll come back, or he'll pull. Or no. You'll start on October 31st, 2018, and then November 1st, you'll still be on the hunt for whoever your target is. And then 10 years down the road, you're gonna just repeat it like how the movies go.
Yeah, or 10 years until I die.
Yep, or until those bullets finally fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, if this is a repeat after 2, how the fuck can he see? He got shot in the eyes.
Well, then we're crossing the territory where he's a supernatural being full time, because that's how they have to fucking justify why he can do all this bullshit.
He absorbed the bullets that went into his brain. Now he's part metal, and that's why it takes so many bullets to shoot him, or just to even take him down.
Yeah, so 7 out of 10 rating for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Our next review will be Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers.
Because you know what? He crawled his ass out of hell.
Oh, I'm so not looking forward to 5. I am not.
Neither am I, but you know what?
Well, here's the thing. You and I might have a different opinion, but I personally just fucking hate 5.
I'm kidding about not looking forward to it. I don't think I've seen 5, so I'm kind of sort of like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen to 5? Because I remember you showing me a clip from one of the Halloweens where Dr. Loomis actually uses a little girl as bait, and I was like,
Jamie.
which one is it? But isn't she getting locked up in the fucking asylum now after number 4 here, after she killed her adopted mom?
Well, yeah, in 5 they explain what happens with Jamie after the events of Halloween 4. So, yeah, it's because they rushed Halloween 5 into production a year after 4 because they just couldn't help themselves.
That's kind of like fucking gaming nowadays. It's like they'll make a game, a year later they'll come out with a new one. Like, come on, put some type of effort into it. Like, make it a long ass game. Like, I think there's a game coming out next year around April that I've been looking forward to for like the past 2 years. Like, I saw some previews for it and I was like, bruh, I want this game so bad. Oh, but then I found out it wasn't coming out until 2019. I was like, fuck!
Fuckers.
But, I mean, it looks like a really good game, and I'm really hoping that they're putting a lot of development into it. I kind of don't want to say its name because maybe I get it wrong. But you can bet your ass that as soon as the pre-orders drop for it, I'm pre-ordering it. And I actually might look that up tonight.
So that's our review of Halloween 4.
Yes!
The Return of Michael Myers. Stay tuned for our next review, which will be Halloween 5.
The Revenge of Cody Springer.
No. Not the boogeyman.
You're bad!
Marcel, tell them where they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Facebook at Cujo Gaming 68. You can also follow me on Twitter, Master_Cujo, and you can follow me on Instagram at Master Cujo.
And you can follow my Facebook at Springer Brand, Twitter is Springer Brand as well, and then Instagram is Springer Brand IG. Follow us, like this video, and we'll talk at you soon.
Yep, we're also gonna work on our social media game. I still gotta work on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. He's good on Facebook, better on nothing besides YouTube. Peace.
Later.
Bye, guys.